Well, Cameco owns Zerkatech, and they recently went through a name change.
Yeah, well, Cameco bought Zerkatech in, was it February 2006? We didn't make a lot of drastic changes there when we first came as the controlling interest in that. We wanted to kind of see the operation. The operation has historically been pretty good in terms of supplying principally fuel bundles for the Canada reactors. It supplies about fuel for about half the nuclear reactors in Ontario, which is about a quarter of the power that goes into the Ontario grid. So it's a very significant plant for generating electricity in Ontario. But anyway, it's a good plant, but we wanted to bring it closer to the Cameco family. We would like the policies, procedures to be very much consistent with the Cameco vein. We'd like to be able to move employees back and forth easily between that operation and the rest of Cameco. So it made sense for us to change the name and make it clear that this is Cameco. So now we've renamed it as Cameco Fuel Manufacturing, Inc.
Just to clarify things, I guess.
Well, hopefully it clarifies it's part of Cameco, clarifies to everybody that, you know, that they should expect the same performance out of that operation as they would from the rest of Cameco.
Now, with the publicity being what it is, and the paranoia that's been generated in the media with regards to the facility in Port Hope, and you know, there's the pride aspect of it from people who reside in Port Hope, and you know, they take pride. There's a number of people who are like, you know, Cameco, it's dangerous, yada yada. So, is it on the back burner, or are people talking about just saying forget about Port Hope at this point? Is Cameco? And I mean, I don't want to throw the specter out there, but I mean, you know, certainly there's got to be a breaking point. Is Cameco here to stay in Port Hope, or have they gone to the situation?
No, Cameco's here to stay in Port Hope. Obviously, we're doing major investments. We just invested tens of $millions in correcting the issues with the floor in the UF6 plant, for example. So that was obviously a major investment. Vision 2010 will be a further investment in the community. We're here to stay. We're confident we can stay and operate in a very safe manner. All the studies that suggest that we are well below regulatory standards. There is no reason why anyone should fear our presence in this town.
Well, and you know what, you raise a really good point, because recently, just east of Colborne, there was a train derailment. Now, nothing toxic was leaked and nothing was spilled, but you know, I mean, the chances of having a rail derailment that causes a health concern are probably greater through this corridor than an incident at Cameco, isn't it?
Well, I don't know the relative rates, but you know, we make sure our operation is very safe. We have procedures in place to do that. We have emergency response capability that's second to none in the area, should there be anything. So we're very confident in the performance of our operation now and in the future.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on this show. It's Andy Oliver, the Vice President of Fuel Services for Cameco. Obviously, Cameco here to stay. Yep. 2010 is on track. And I guess if the people have any more information or requests that they have for information, they can contact your website directly. And can people email you, Andy, with concerns?
They can email me, or they can email the Public Relations Department, particularly through Doug Prendergast. So certainly we'd welcome contacts, because we want people to know what we're doing. If they have any questions, we welcome the questions so that we can deal with them. Perhaps we'll bring them up in the next forum.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Andy, for coming on.